What is a Flipper Zero? Well, a Flipper Zero is a palm-sized, open-source multi-tool designed for hardware exploration, digital signal analysis, and penetration testing. So it's basically, the idea is fun meets functionality. So the interface features a retro style LCD with a virtual Tamagotchi-like dolphin that levels up as you use tools. Now, it's completely self-contained, operates off of a battery, and has a 5-button control without needing a phone or a PC to operate. It just works by itself, all self-contained, right? And the idea is that it's like your cyber buddy. Its intended use is a learning tool for ethical hackers, hobbyists, pen testers to understand and analyze the devices around them. It's meant to make that stuff a little bit more convenient and easy while also just being fun at the same time. So, there are abuse risks. So it's capable of emulating outdated garage openers, RFID badges, spamming BLE, which can be illegal or disruptive. Now, apparently several countries, including Brazil and Canada, don't quote me on that, have flagged or restricted it due to misuse concerns. Again, don't quote me on that. I don't know the rules or what people have officially said. Any case, it's mostly legal most places as far as I'm aware. Now, core capabilities. It has, first thing, it has IR. So it has an IR, transceiver, and it's able to control things like TVs, air conditioning units, stuff like that. So neat little thing they have on there, IR, not the main feature, not the most interesting thing. The other thing it has is sub-gigahertz radio. So it uses a TI CC1101 transceiver to scan, capture, and replay wireless signals in the 300 to 900 megahertz range, which is actually more like the 300 to 928 megahertz range. You'll see it, different ranges listed in different places. It's actually 300 to 928 megahertz. So this can help you, this can be used for access control systems, things like garage door remotes, boom barriers, IoT sensors, remote keyless systems, smart sockets and bulbs, and stuff like that. Things without authentication, just simple systems like that, right? So it also has 125 kilohertz RFID. So this supports, this is basically in the 110 to 140 kilohertz range. So it supports this, but so it actually does, so it's 125, but it does 110 to 140, but with reduced reading distance, right? But it can do that whole range, but mostly just 125 kilohertz. Now, low frequency, this is for low frequency proximity cards. So old access system controls around the world. It features like an N-byte ID that has, has no authentication mechanism. It's just an ID that you can read, copy, and replay. Really simple systems. It allows you to clone and interact with them and stuff like that. Easy to read, easy to clone stuff, right? So the other thing it does is NFC, or high frequency, right? So this allows you to read, clone, emulate both. Yeah, it does high frequency and low frequency cards. The low frequency we already mentioned. High frequency is going to be like, 13.56 megahertz, not kilohertz. And it basically, it supports all major standards and generally features more, these generally feature more security, which may or may not be possible to easily bypass. So, that's more like hotel key cards, stuff like that. Sometimes it may work, hit or miss, depending on, how up to date the system is, what type of encryption, and what extra steps you'd have to go through to make things work. Now, this also features a GPIO interface. This exposes SPI, I2C, UART, and USB to HID for debugging, flashing, or controlling external hardware and add-ons and all sorts of extra great stuff like that. Now, this also supports USB HID, or, human interface device, and bad USB. It can emulate a keyboard or mouse over USB, enabling automation and USB-based attacks. It also features Bluetooth Low Energy, so it supports BLE for firmware updates and communication, so like communicating to your phone or your PC. So Practical uses and limitations. Well, it's useful for security research and testing real world systems like garage doors, RFID locks, and IoT devices. It has some of the capabilities might be overhyped. It can't circumvent many encrypted modern systems, and it takes more work than you would likely think. It's not a magical device that automatically opens up everything and turns you into like some kind of magical technological wizard. You have to kind of know what you're doing. You have to play around with it. You have to kind of learn and be ready to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to get too far with it. But it does make things easier and more fun while you're learning and while you're doing all of that stuff. So yeah. Also, one last thing to note, responsible firmware enforces, legal frequency use in your region. So it's going to be set up for whatever region you're in. But, people do have custom forked firmware that can expand its power. And that's it. That's basically what a Flipper Zero is. Hopefully that gives you a better idea. If you want to get into actual topics, how to use it and stuff, we're doing separate videos on that. I've already done a few videos showing you, how to update the firmware, how to try to unlock, clone keycards, stuff like that. Have some of that stuff posted already. We're going to be doing some more. But if you're into that and other tech stuff, hardware, software, coding, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, basically everything tech, 3D printing, robots, Raspberry Pis, if you like that stuff in your YouTube feed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. But that's about it for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.